All right, so I just want to do an overview of what we're looking at for this second major project. When we wrap up the first project, working with the goals, uh, you can kind of decide on the flow there if you need a project break and you want to insert some filler material, maybe do some team building or um, just something more practical. Like one thing you could do is do a little bit of time just to help them get their Google Docs in order and sort out their Chromebooks a little bit is a good way to like do something practical that moves students forward in between projects. Um, make sure they don't have unnamed files, make sure that they get rid of stuff that's in their Google Drive from previous years, make sure that they're not still enrolled in old Google Classrooms, things like that, cleaning up their email. That might be something you want to do between projects. But this next one is about digital citizenship. And the idea is that it's a PSA project, so that they're creating public service announcements. I kind of took this from the items that were covered in the previous 21st Century Learning course, which was sort of a somewhat tech-heavy course, but it seemed a little bit contrived. And this gives us our tech piece. And you actually have two options. Okay, so one of the things that you can do is you can just straight up use the lessons that are found in Common Sense Media here. I'll open it right now. The digital citizenship curriculum. If you want to, and if you're judging from what your group can handle, if you want to do this in a very traditional way, that's up to you. I think everything here is really high quality. It produces some deep thinking. You can get a free membership to Common Sense Education just by signing up. And the 8th grade set of topics is right here. Each one comes with video, a lesson plan, lots of additional resources as well, including quizzes that you can use. So that's already prepackaged and right there. And if you look at the fact that we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items, that's at least 6 class periods the way I look at it, maybe even a little bit more than that. So if that's where you are right now and you just want to move ahead with that, I'd spend some time exploring this and prep for it and kind of make a plan for how this is going to look in your classroom. And if you want to just go with that, that's fine. However, what I put together is rather than having you be the primary deliverer of content, I've thought that it would be better to have the learners take some responsibility for this and jigsaw it. So instead of everyone covering everything at once, each group would become experts in one of these topic areas, and then it's their job to get the rest of their peers caught up. The additional piece, because it's a public service announcement, is to hopefully publish some of these in a way that they can be shared with other learners. So certainly 6th graders and 7th graders could benefit from this in a succinct, student-driven lesson on it for them. Recorded video would allow them to then share it and put it into announcements, things like that could be used at any time. So that's the extra piece and extra audience they may be shooting for. All right. Just want to do an overview of what's in here. So these are a little bit out of order the way they're saved. I can maybe clean that up a little bit. But
sorry for this interruption.
Sorry, Nick's interrupting me.
Announcement for soccer. 7th and 8th grade soccer practice is canceled this afternoon, so please go home your regular route. Soccer practice is canceled this afternoon. Thank you.
All right. So the way I'd start with this if I were you is I would start by looking at the essentials. Okay. The essentials document is going to cover kind of soup to nuts, the whole thing, beginning with the driving question and moving through the project. And then I'd take a look at the overview for students. That's a simplified version of the essentials. you might want to look at this pacing and workflow. I put a lot more time into that, tried to make it very detailed so it's broken down into chunks. And there's a lot of options for you within that. I added a project contract, which might be something you choose to try if that's something you want to get into. I have a lot of experience with it, both positive and negative experiences, and be happy to work with you on that. I created a note sheet for students to use, so when they're learning about this, they can take some notes in a pre-formatted way. We can talk about how you could implement that with all of your learners. There's extra resources here that you'll use, links that you'd want to put into your Google Classroom, etc. Then I created a template for their PSA. It is in Google Slides. By no means do you have to mandate that they use Google Slides. If you have a group that wants to use Prezi or Pear Deck or something like that, they certainly can. And then I have a entry event document. So when you kick things off, this is a source of material for you to use there. All right. I'm just going to go over the project essentials. So here's our driving question. How can we become high-level digital citizens using technology safely and effectively as we head to high school? So the idea is this: as middle schoolers, they're using technology, but there's going to be even more of an emphasis on them being competent users and to meet requirements for like being decent citizens in the use of their technology once they get into high school. So we want to prep them for that. Here's their need to knows. The entry event options are linked in there, but you're going to do an entry event, something to get them thinking, get them to understand what we're after here. This entry event is much more based on the idea of PSAs. What is a public service announcement, and then you move into the content for their public service announcements later, but that's up to you how you want to use that. I'd love to see you guys use the need to knows process. I know it's new to you. That's something that I'd be willing to come in and model for you, definitely. And then you're going to want to do some group selection, and may or may not use a contract. I recommend it. I think that it's one of those things that can really be powerful if used well, and it's okay if you don't use it that well either. It's one of the things you got to learn as you go. Then we go into a becoming experts level of the project or phase of the project. And so each group is going to explore some lessons, and then you can also provide them with additional material for them to become experts on their particular topics. I do want to say one of them is on sexting. I'll let you go with your level of comfort in addressing that. The way Common Sense Education addresses it, I think, is very professional, very appropriate. You might want to be choosy about which group gets that one, but I think it's something you could choose to do. It's up to you. Identifying and defining key terms. Each group has to do that. You might want to do some lessons around how you know what are key terms for a topic. Then they're going to develop notes on their topic. You're going to use those notes as your way to judge whether each group is ready, whether they've reached expert level, and they're ready to move on to creating their presentation. All right? They're going to create their presentation, develop slides, plan and practice their speaking roles. And then we have something here called Critical Friends. Critical Friends is another feedback routine. Again, optional. I think it works really well. It gives students a lot of chances to get legitimate feedback from their other partners in learning, and it really involves some deep thinking. If you don't want to use that, if you want to do something different like praise, question, polish, or any other feedback routine, or if you want to be responsible with feedback, that's on you. And then we'd like them to make a quiz so that they can interact with their audience. You can choose not to do that as well if you're not going to actually do a presentation in class, but you're going to maybe have them go straight to recording, which is another option. It's up to you. So you can modify this however you want, but please make a copy of it first if you're going to modify this document. Then they present and potentially convert their presentation into a self-playing movie. That's optional. That would be what would allow us to have a larger audience where it's recorded and they could push it out outside of the classroom. Got a rubric here. Again, it's a single point rubric. Actually, let me change these. I meant to do this before. Change the look of these to, I'll do it later. Oh yeah, there we go. I like checkboxes better. So there we go. Wait, hold on, changed the wrong thing. Let's try this again. So here we go, checkboxes. Nice. All right. So there you go. Rubric. Here's the task list for students: entry events, group selection and contracts, ideation. You could also call that becoming experts. Create notes. That's how they prove their expertise. Then they plan their presentation. Practice their presentation. Do critical friends on it so that they can improve it, edit and revise. Do their presentations. Assessment, feedback, reflection. Full project cycle there. Everything else is here. I do want to quickly show you the workflow. So this is for you. This is where I went through the entire thing and laid out it day to day. Project-based learning isn't so succinct that you can necessarily expect something to get done in one class period. So I have some of these down here, days 4 to 6. That might be a 4-day. One or 2 day, it might be 3 day, but I could see this easily taking 2 to 3 days. Same with days 7 to 9. Then you've got your presentations, depending on how you want to do those. This is one, since it's group presentations, you probably want to just like have a day or two when all you do is presentations, because there's fewer than what you would have before. And then I have a lot of stuff on project reflection here, which I think that you'll really benefit from if you want to dive into that. All right. Hope that helps, and see where we go from here, guys.